If for some reason we can't or don't want to have the carriers calculate the shipping automatically, we can manually set our shipping costs. To do this, we'll start off just like we did before. Again, we're on our shipping and pickup page, and next to add a new shipping method, we're going to click the Add Shipping Method button. And we're going to choose who the carrier is. Let's say in this case, we're choosing USPS. Instead of choosing automatic calculated rates, we're going to choose one of these options. We can just make it free. We can set a flat rate, or we can set up custom rates that will change according to subtotal or weight of the order. Because this is the least self-explanatory, although as you'll see, it's really not very complicated. So we're going to set up custom rates. And first we need to give this a name. It's important here that you give this a descriptive name that means something to the customer. This is the name of the option they're going to see as they're checking out. So standard shipping is fine, but it's going to be more informative if we say 1 to 4 day shipping. Of course, this is if we know that it will make it to the customer in 1 to 4 days. If we can't guarantee that, we might say something like 1 to 7 days or whatever it might be. So here's where we can set our shipping rates. And if we look down here first, we can see that we can make this table be based on weight or subtotal. And notice this area changed. We can say for the subtotal range between $0.00 up to, say, $10, we can say it's $5 per order. Then we can add another row. Say if it's $10, we can click this and up to set another restriction to $50. We're only going to charge them $4 per order. This can encourage them to spend more money if they know they're spending less on shipping. And then we can say if it's $50 and up, we're just going to give them free shipping. If we change this to weight, then we would do the same thing, but change this column to pounds. So 0 to, we'll say 5 pounds is $5. Then if it's over 5 pounds but below 10 pounds, it's $4. And then everything else is free. And notice also though, we can change the rate based on category over here. Instead of range only, we can change this to range, subtotal, and weight. Now, this might look a little bit intimidating, but it's really not that difficult. Let's delete these extra rows we have and sort of start from scratch here. So I'm going to delete all of this, and I'm going to change this table. Instead of based on weight, we're going to go back to subtotal after all discounts. Let's say if the order is up to $25, 0 to 25, then we're going to add certain costs to the shipping. So this first field, per order, is just a flat rate per order. So it's going to start off as $3 per order no matter what. Then you can add a per item charge. Let's say in our situation that since we're shipping desserts, we have to package them in a very specific way to make sure that they don't get smashed. And that costs a little bit extra depending on how many items the customer orders. So we'll say maybe not very much, but 25 cents per item because of the little bit of extra labor that's involved. Then we can add a percent charge, and this percent charge is added to whatever the subtotal was. So it's before all of this. If they place a $10 order and we have a 10% charge, then that's going to add an extra $1. I'm going to say, just for the sake of demonstration, that for our store, we're not going to add any percent charges. So we'll just place this as 0, and the customer won't be charged any extra based on the subtotal, or they're not going to be charged a percent of the subtotal. And then per pound, let's say that in our case, this does affect how much shipping is going to cost us, and maybe roughly it's going to be $2 extra per pound. So if the customer places an order that's between 0 and $25, including $25, then they're going to have, for shipping, $3 plus 25 cents per item. They're not going to have any additional charge based on the percentage of their subtotal. And then an extra $2 per pound. Then, just as before, we can add another row and say anything over $25, $25 in one set and up. Let's say we're going to cut them a little bit of a break. We're not going to add any flat fee per order. We're still going to charge 25 cents per item because that costs us a little bit of work. No percentage charge. And we're going to give them a discount on the weight, $1 per pound. And of course, we can do this any way we want. When we have this the way we want it, we'll set our delivery speed, and we'll say that any order placed using this shipping method should be there in no more than 7 business days. And then we can set our shipping region as well. And in our case, this is going to be particularly important because we're not going to guarantee that anywhere in the world will get this in 7 business days. We'll say that these rates and this delivery speed is based on any orders shipped anywhere just within the United States. And then if we want to, we can come back and add another table for Europe, the world, or whatever it may be. Then we'll click Save and Finish. Let's look at one more thing. Let's add one more shipping method. And we'll set up local delivery. As this explains, this is if we are delivering the goods ourselves or using some local service. We'll say that we'll deliver the goods ourselves to anyone who places an order on our store that lives nearby. We'll give these customers a flat rate because it's going to be roughly the same for all of them. This is a very important place to use a descriptive name for the order. I'm going to call this local delivery so that they know that this is us using a local method. We're not sending it through a carrier. We will be delivering this on our own. We can add shipping rates as a percentage of the subtotal or as a flat amount. Let's say this is just going to be a flat $3 fee for anybody ordering locally. We'll get it there in no more than 1 business day. And for shipping region, we'll say this is Alabama. Now, granted, that's kind of a large area to be promising local delivery for, but just for the sake of demonstration, that's what we're going to choose. We'll click Save and Finish. And now we have that option added to our shipping methods. Notice everything we've done is now in this area here, local delivery, 1 to 7 day shipping, UPS. And we can enable and disable any of these at any time.